yourself where love, life, and Christ combine. I am so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about your soul. So, if you missed it, catch the last 3 days. This is day 4. The first day was about thankfulness, the second day was about our mind, yesterday was about our body. So, during this season, it's really important for us to lock in and to really give ourselves grace. I don't know about you, but when it's Thanksgiving season or holiday season, it gets really hard to stay true to our discipline, true to our regimen or our workout schedule or our healthy eating habits. And so these videos are to kickstart to help you be able to hold yourself accountable, to find an accountability partner. That's something that you should be doing outside of this video, is find someone who is on the same journey as you, someone who wants to really develop and expand their mind educationally or learning new things or developing a new skill, or someone who really does want to take care of their body in a healthy way or be more nutritionally sound. So I do have some notes today because yesterday I said I had some major keys, but I didn't say I had 5 major keys or anything like that. And today there are 4 things on how to heal your soul. So let's get into it. Let's go. For the OGs, you know that's the whole like intro right there. So, one of the top ways to heal your soul is to know that it's never too late and you're never too far gone. One of the things that held me back so long when I first started this journey with my spiritual journey, with knowing Jesus, with learning God or reading more of the Bible and learning more of the Bible, is I always felt like it was too late. Always felt like I was too far gone. I did too many bad things in my life. I made too many mistakes for God to really cleanse my soul or to help me where I was. But I'm here to tell you that it is never too late for you to choose to do better than you did yesterday or a minute ago. I don't care if 1 second ago you made the wrong decision and you said something smart to somebody else without thinking about it because the flesh was too strong. I don't care if you used to be somebody else, but you want to choose to be a better person. You can choose to be a better person. And I always have to do this little spiel in these videos, but I got my head wrapped up because if you caught the transition of this hairstyle about to happen, you saw day 1 was I had like a style where I was about to wash my hair, but I hadn't washed my hair yet. And then day 2, I had just washed my hair, but I hadn't like put it in a puff or anything. I had just like really literally had just, it was starting to dry really quickly and it was just what it was. And then day 3, I had blow dried my hair, and then I put braids in my hair today. So this is the braided style, and so I'm just tying it up because I'm about to get ready for bed. So these videos are coming in right before I'm about to get ready for bed. Tomorrow's video will probably be early morning because I'm going to be with the family all day, and I want to make sure that I deliver on the 5 days of thankfulness for you guys. So I'll make sure that I send that out in the morning, so look forward to that. But I really truly want you to understand that it's never too late to choose to do better in life. Sometimes the world can be so harsh and cruel on us, and they can remember you for the things that you did wrong instead of the person that you are. And one of the stories in the Bible that always comes to my mind when I think about this is blind Bartimaeus. Or I think about the lame man who is sitting there, or the lame beggar sitting there at the beautiful gate, just waiting for someone like so close to the miracle, but not close enough to touch the thing that he had so desperately desired in his life. And then Jesus comes along and he asks him if he wants to be made well, and he says, yes, yes, I want to be made well. And he heals him, and he gets up, he picks up his mat, and he walks into the temple. And whenever you read this story, it always says the blind beggar, or it says the lame beggar, or it says blind Bartimaeus, or they're always titled their the things that held them back. They're the things that people would say is wrong with them is the thing that they were described. And sometimes that's how the world is for us. The world will say, "Oh, that's lying Linda, that's that's storytelling Stephanie," or that's whatever, but do not claim the name that the other people have called you in the world, because that's not who God called you to be. That is not who you are called to be. That is not who you are. And I'm sorry, I get so dehydrated nowadays, so I have to have water on standby at all times. So listen, it's really important for you to understand who God says that you are, and not to answer by the name that other people are calling you, or by the one mistake that you made that you wish that you could take back. And if you're the type of person that's like me, that will beat yourself up about making one mistake in your life, then I need you to extend yourself some grace and forgive yourself. Sometimes we beat ourselves up so bad thinking that God is still trying to punish us for the mistake that we made, when God, as soon as you said, God, can you forgive me? He already forgot about it. He already put it as far as the east is to the west, and we're the only ones still holding on to it. So it's important for us to know that it's never too late. And number two on the list is to ask God for forgiveness. Sometimes we feel like, okay, we just gonna make the mistake, or I will see, and no judgment here because I'm not a judge or a jury. I'm just a person who is flawed like everybody else. But we will sometimes make a mistake and just continuously keep making the same mistake and say, God knows. God knows how I am. God knows my heart. And He might know your heart, but that doesn't give you an excuse to sit in sin and keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. God is forgiving, and he has a heart of forgiveness because He wants you to come to Him no matter how far gone you are or how many mistakes you've made. But do not take God's grace for granted. Don't just say, okay, well, I know this thing that I'm doing is wrong, but let me keep on doing it because I know God will forgive me. It's there so that you can be a human being, not so that you can sit in your sin comfortable and just keep making the same mistake just because you feel like it. That is not true. That's not you truly asking for forgiveness. That's you being comfortable in the situation or the scenario that you're in. It's important for you, when you're in this journey and you really want to become a better person, to really ask God for forgiveness and really seek to be a better person. And which leads me into the next thing. The third thing, and I know I hopped through number two so quickly, but because it's number two and number three are kind of, they go hand in hand. So it's important to know that number three, you turn from your sin, and I realize how hard that is. Sometimes we can get so comfortable in the thing that we're used to doing that we forget that that's not who we truly are. We will get so comfortable with people saying that we are an introvert, or we don't like to be around a lot of people because our hurt and the things that we went through made us feel like we had to be singled out or lonely or just secluded. But that might not be who God called you to be. And when you're healed, like for me, I used to be so quiet, so shy all the time, and I just would never say anything. I would go places and just want to be invisible and just sit. Like, I would want to be in the corner and just, like, maybe no one will see me. Like, I'm invisible, like I got on, like, some kind of invisibility cloak or something. Like, I mean, listen, God forgive me for saying that. But I used to really pretend or act as if, like, all of a sudden nobody could see me. Like, I'm a whole human being person standing around. Like, obviously people see you. But I would be so, like, shy and so just, like, withdrawn because I would be beating myself up about the guilt and the shame or of the mistakes that I would make in life. Like, if I said something and I didn't really mean to say that thing, but I said it in totally the wrong way, I would just keep rehearsing it in my head over and over again and just be like, well, I'm not going to say anything now because I don't want to say the wrong thing and then someone think that I'm a bad person because I said it in the wrong way or the wrong context and I didn't mean it that way. I would say things and I would be truthful, and my intention was never to hurt anybody. I was never the person that wanted to be nasty to other people, like, oh, well, the truth is the truth. Like, I wasn't like that, but when I would say stuff, my delivery was off. So someone might ask me my opinion and I would be truthful. I'll be extremely honest about it. And I wouldn't mean for it to be hurtful or to come off any type of way, but it would, because I would just be so blunt. And I had to learn lots of new communication skills in different ways, and not to say that you're all ever going to say everything perfect and everyone's always going to love all the things you say all the time, but I had to learn new ways to communicate and to voice my opinion without it coming off as so harsh, and knowing like when is the right time to say something, because you could say something truthful to someone that maybe they really do need to hear, that really is the truth, but they might not be open to hearing that thing yet, or they might not be in the right mindset to hear that thing. If they just got broken up with, you don't need to tell them, yeah, they need to go work out. Like I wouldn't ever have said anything like that, but that's just an example of going too far, saying something that might be truthful, but it's not your place or the time to say that. Now, if they ask you, hey, do you think I should work out or whatever, maybe your answer could be something like, you know what, yeah, let's work out together, because it's always good for your body to just be able to put in some steps or to walk, or it's healthier for your digestive system because it speeds up your metabolism when you're walking, when you're exercising, and it releases endorphins when you're doing stuff like that. It's really healthy for your body. Let's do it together. Maybe you can say something like that. Maybe you don't say, yeah, you need to work out. Like, everybody probably should be working out. If the doctor already said yes, you can work out if and your health permits, then yeah, you should be doing that if it's good for your body, because most of the time it is, and nothing strenuous or nothing over the top. Like, don't go lift 100 if you ain't never lifted a pound in your life. Like, take it step by step and make sure that you're actually doing it in a healthy, safe environment in the right way. So it's important for us to realize that turning from our sin is hard. It's really hard for us to be on the right track, to do the right thing. And I will be around some people sometimes and it'll be like, and they would just seem like so perfect. Like, as if they never make mistakes. They never do anything wrong. They never make the wrong decision. They never dated a guy that was not the right guy. They never went to a job that wasn't the job that they should have been at. They never, like, they just seem like every decision they always make is always perfect. And it used to scare me to meet people who would seem like they got it all together, because no one's perfect. And I'm not saying they gotta come out and say, oh yeah, I used to eat tissue when I was 3 years old. Like, I don't need to know your issues, but no one's perfect. And I don't ever want anyone around me to feel like they have to pretend to be perfect just to be accepted by me. I want them to know that they can be who they truly are. Like, just be the best version of themselves, and I'm not expecting them to have it all together. Nobody has it all together but Jesus. Jesus is the only one who was blameless. Who, okay, we know Job was blameless, but I mean the only one who hadn't sinned. The only one who had walked this earth with all the temptations and hadn't done anything wrong. I've done stuff wrong in my life and I want to do better. I want to be a better person. I'm walking this journey out in my growth, in my relationship with God, because I want to be a better person. Which brings me to number 4. If you want to heal your soul, you have to build a relationship with God. And I don't mean you put down a checklist of different items of religious things to do. Like, oh, I went to church on Sunday. Check. I went to Bible study on Wednesday. Check. I read my Bible today, or I read the whole Bible this year by going off some plan. And it's nothing wrong with being on a plan to read your Bible to get closer to God. But sometimes, whenever you have a checklist of the things that you're trying to do to build a relationship with God, it takes away the intentionality of building a true relationship with God onto just making sure I finish this task, which is not helping build a relationship with God. So when you're building a relationship with God, it's going to look like you intentionally coming to God and saying, look, God, I'm imperfect. God, I still struggle with jealousy. I need you to help me in this season to help me really just be who I am, who you called me to be. So I'm not coveting my neighbor. God, I need you to really just allow me to see the blessings that you have in my life. So I'm not trying to pretend like I want to be like somebody else that I saw online. God, I need you to show me all of the ways that you've already blessed me. Help me remember put at the front of my mind, and the front of my mind, allow me to continue to remember everything that you blessed me with, all of the ways that you've continued to pour into me, all of the ways that you continue to forgive me, all of the grace and mercy that you bestowed upon me. God, allow me to see how truly blessed I am in my life. So when I'm going through life and something comes up and the devil tries to say, oh, look at this person, they're already married, you can say, well, God got a person for me because God already told me my husband on the way. And if that person's married, then God's in the neighborhood, which means that any day now I'm about to be next. You got to remember that God didn't just make one and done. He didn't just, my mom used to say this thing and it was so cool. There would be a person driving a car and I'd be like, Mom, they got a car like yours. And she'd be like, they didn't just make one and stop making it. So let me tell you, God didn't just make one thing to bless you with and stop making it. He made several things. There's so many ways that God blesses you every single day before you even get that marriage, before you even get that child, before you even get that place of employment or that job that you've been praying for, or the business blowing up or going through the roof. Like before you even get those things, God already has poured into you, and he did not just make one blessing and be done with it. He allowed you to wake up this morning. He allowed you to have food. I don't know if you went to somebody else's house and got food, or you got food in your cabinet, but you got food. I don't know if the clothes that you got came from the thrift store, if they came from some high-end store in the mall, but listen, you got clothes on your back. I don't know if you in a relationship or not, but if you single, you got time to build your relationship with God in your own time. You got plenty of time to build a relationship with God and to do all of the things that you intend to do in your life. If you're married, you got time to be sub to the mission. You can submit to this man, and both of y'all can build the kingdom of God together, can help be ambassadors of the kingdom of God together. You can still be in purpose no matter what season you're in or what blessing you're waiting on or the thing that you've been praying for. Don't wait until you get the blessing to start acting like you want to start praising God and say, oh God, thank you for bringing this man in my life. No, start living your life like you really got a life to live right now. Really start saying, God, I'm so grateful for you waking me up this morning. That's already showing me grace and mercy because you did not have to give me another day. There's people in my life who did not make it to this age, but God, you allowed me to be this age because there's still more within me. I don't know what it is, but God, I'm ready to go. Like the same way you had all that air in your chest when you were out in this world, when you out there thinking that you're so hard, when you were out there really trying to be that person, is the same energy you have to have when you out here fighting for God, when you a soldier in the army of God, when you out here really trying to be about that God life, when you 10 toes down in faith. You have to be that type of person in this battle, in this relationship with God. The same way, the same way that you held on to that man that God told you to let go of is the same way you need to be holding on to God. You know, God then told you this was not the one for you. But you was like, God, but he's so cute. God, but it's just something about him, that something might be that unhealed part of you that's holding on to him because both of y'all are unhealed. I don't mean to say it like that, but whenever I was in a situation where I was holding on to anything that was not healthy or anything that wasn't truly what God had for me in my life, it was because there was a part of me that wasn't healed, and God was trying to show me. God was trying to tell me to release it on time so I didn't hold on to it past its purpose and then have to be tested in the same area again because I didn't listen to him in the first place. Every time when God is trying to bless you with something where he's taking you to another level, there's going to be things that have to go and things that come into your life. And I used to pray this prayer like, God, I want this thing to work out. I want this job to work out. I want to be in this position. I want to be in that position. And God made it to the point where he took away everything. So the only thing I could be grateful for, or the only thing I could focus on, is him. And I'm so grateful that he did that, because now I can say, God, I'm so grateful for the things that you allowed to be a part of my life and the things that you removed out of my life. For the people that you have allowed to be a part of my life and the people that you have removed. For every opened and every closed door, because the open doors allowed me to walk through them when they were from me, and the closed doors allowed me to be outside of that place, because it would have probably destroyed my soul. You have to really find gratefulness in every single moment. Be thankful in every single moment. And that is how you will heal your soul. God will help you heal your soul, and it's never too late. I know people are going to talk. People are going to talk all they want to talk whenever they can talk. People will like you one day and not like you the next. You cannot live for other people, but you can live for God. God is going to be the one that loves you unconditionally no matter what. Yes, he loves you being obedient, but when you're ready to repent and you say, God, I messed up, I want to do better, he's going to be right there with open arms, like, okay, come here. I will leave the 99 to go back for the one. He will be right there to say, you know what? It's as far as the depths of the sea. I don't care about your sin. I don't care about that thing that you did, because you're turning to me. And be real with God. Ooh, when I was honest with God, it really changed my whole life. You can't just be like, oh God, I'm healed, I'm good, I'm over here on 123 Easy Street, I'm living my best life. God knows you are not living your best life if you are not fully engulfed in him. If you really didn't build no relationship with him, if you're really out here fronting, like we used to say that word back in my day. When you really out here fronting, you're trying to pretend like you really are good when you're not good. When you are hurting, when that pain still hurts you from that ex, when that parent that wasn't there still hurts you, when you still feel a certain type of way around that person who used to be your friend that's no longer in your life. You know you're healed when you can hear the person's name and you don't get no type of reaction. When you can be in the same room with the person and it doesn't trigger anything inside of you. And you can't quickly make yourself heal. You have to ask God for the strength to heal. Sometimes someone will hurt you so badly that you'll be like, God, I don't know how I'm going to ever forgive them. And God's like, exactly. I don't need you to, in your own strength, forgive that person. I need you to come to me honestly and say, I'm still hurting, God, help me heal. And God will be the strength that you need in that weak spot in your life to help you heal in the right way. That is how you heal your soul, with God. So I'm so grateful and thankful that you watched this video. And thank you for tuning in to day 4 of thankfulness. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5. And we will talk about everything that we did these past 4 days. I want you to be equipped with everything that you need so that you can make it through this holiday season with a grateful, thankful mindset. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed. Bye.